Hi friends, and welcome to day 4 of Calm and Creative. I'm Martha, an artist, educator, and CZT. December can be a really loud and busy time of the year, and a lot of us find ourselves overwhelmed and rushing and not really able to enjoy the peaceful moments of the season. So this month I've put together 24 days of mini holiday drawings, festive drawings for you to follow along with. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw the vertigo tangle. And I chose this tangle because it reminds me of an evergreen branch, a little snipping, I should say, from an evergreen tree. And I just put up a Christmas tree in my house, an evergreen, and I absolutely love the way my house smells right now. So go ahead and choose the supplies you want to use for today's drawing. I'm going to stick with my black and white and gold aesthetic, but feel free to get whatever colors you're interested in. So to get started, I'm going to draw a long, slightly curved line from one corner to the other, and then I'm going to draw back down right next to it, so just drawing a parallel line to create this kind of middle branch. I'm now going to draw little sprigs, little pine needles, if you will, down on the right first, and I'm following that same shape as that middle branch. So I'm just going to draw a slightly curved line out and then draw another line back down. And I'm going to do this on both sides, just alternating right side and then left side. And I'm going to do about 6 to start with. All right, so now I'm going to continue to fill up the left and right sides with these needles. So I'm going to start at that center branch and draw out, pick up my pen and draw under that other little pine needle. So this is a common technique in Zentangle, in the Zentangle method, to draw behind something that's already there. So drawing behind and drawing behind. So instead of crossing over it with a line, you just pick your pen up and then start again on the other side. And you're just going to fill in as much or as little as you want. I think the best advice I can give you for this tangle is to always turn your tile. So you want to have these little pine needles going as many different directions as possible. You know, this is nature. This looks like plant life, and plant life is not usually perfectly symmetrical. So the more kind of variety of direction that these needles go, I think you'll be happier with the outcome. And there's no right or wrong number of these little offshoots. So, draw whatever you're comfortable with. I like to fill this up a lot of the time, but you might like it to be a little bit more sparse. It's up to you. But enjoy this moment, enjoy this piece, and I will see you when you are done and we're ready for the next step. All right, so I'm adding just this last little branch, little pine needle there, and that is my vertigo. I'm going to be coloring in my branches with this gold metallic pen that I've been using along this series. I'm not going to color it in with solid gold, but I am going to add a little bit of color on each of these little sprigs. On my first example, when I was planning out this project, I actually drew it and used a lot of greens and even a little white, almost like snow had fallen on it. And I ended up adding a few little berries inside this little branch. So if you want to go back and look at that example at the start of the video, you're welcome to. And if you want to add color, now would be the time. All right, so I've left my tile to dry for a minute. I wanted to make sure that that gold ink was dry. And now I'm going to start to add a little graphite to mine. So adding some shading, and I just started along that middle branch, that first branch, and then I'm adding a little bit of this graphite underneath a few of the small little sprigs coming out, the little needles coming out. And they're just random. I'm just choosing a few here and there, and that's just going to give it a little bit more depth. All right, and there we have day 4 of Calm and Creative. And this again is the Vertigo tangle. All right, so if you've been following along the last few days, you know that I am putting my drawings into this Advent accordion book that I created. And each of those little drawings goes in these numbered little pockets that fold right up into that book. And this one that I'm showing you now, this was my practice. This was when I was planning out this project. And so I'm just going to put that one back in there too. But I always like to show these side by side and just, I want you all to see the variety that can come from this. You can always change it up, or if you want to have an aesthetic like I'm using in these videos where I'm just choosing black ink and gold ink and graphite, could do that as well. They could be colorful or they could be more neutral. So it's up to you. But thank you as always for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Have a good one.